Hello and welcome! Last session, we introduced you to the program and asked you to find a supporter. This session, we will show you how to be a smart calorie consumer. This will help you work towards the two goals of this program, which are to lose 5% of your starting weight and exercise for at least 150 minutes per week. This session, we are working towards the first goal. We will return to the second goal next session. Before we start, have you put yourself in a positive mindset for this program? Did you find a good supporter to help you? Hopefully, your answers to both questions are yes. In order to survive, we need to eat and drink. Everything we eat and drink contains nutrients, which our bodies convert into energy, which is measured in calories. Almost everything we eat and drink contains calories. This session, we are going to focus on improving your nutrition by looking at the calories in various nutrients so that you know which foods and drinks are healthy to consume and which are not. This will make you a smart calorie consumer, and you'll be able to make better nutritional choices starting today. Calories are usually measured in units called kilocalories or kcal, but you may also see them without the K. Both mean the same thing. High-fat food, fast food, processed food, sugary drinks, and alcohol all contain a lot of calories in a small serving. Because of this, they are said to be high in calorie density. For example, 1 teaspoon of butter contains almost the same number of calories as 2 cups of boiled chai sim. This is because the butter has fat, which is higher in calorie density than the fiber in chai sim. In fact, when we compare foods that are high and low in calorie density, we see that we get the most calories from 1 gram of fat and the least from 1 gram of fiber. Plain water has no calories. There are other foods such as fruits and vegetables, which are low in calorie density, even in large servings. These foods contain a lot of fiber. It takes your body longer to digest fiber, so you feel full sooner and for a longer period of time. Most fruits and vegetables also contain a lot of water, but they have very little fat. For these reasons, it is better to eat fresh fruits and vegetables than unhealthy foods like fried chicken. Deep-fried food is especially high in calorie density, so you need to be careful when eating it. 1 piece of fried chicken breast has 380.5 calories per 100 grams. And 1 piece of fried chicken certainly won't fill you, so you will eat more during the course of the meal, which can easily exceed 500 calories. On the other hand, 100 grams of stir-fried cabbage with celery is 71 calories, while 100 grams of steamed chicken without fat and skin is 168 calories. Or try 1 serving of steamed chicken at 90 grams without skin, which is 151 calories, or 100 grams of cabbage and celery with 1 portion of steamed chicken at 222 calories. Meals such as these with lean meat and vegetables are much healthier than fried chicken and will make you feel full sooner. Therefore, one way to lose weight is to eat less food that is high in calorie density and more food that is low in calorie density. Now let's look at some other nutrients. Let's start with fat. Fat is the most calorie-dense nutrient. 1 gram of fat provides the body with 9 calories, while 1 gram of carbohydrate or protein provides the body with 4 calories. However, your body needs fats to function, and some fats are more harmful than others. So you need to know which fats there are and how much fat you should consume. There are 2 types of fats. Unsaturated fats are healthy fats. They are naturally found in nuts and seeds and fatty fish like salmon. It is okay to eat these fats in moderate amounts. Saturated and trans fats are unhealthy fats. They are found in animal meats, some plant oils, and processed foods. They are also added during cooking processes like frying. Eat as little deep-fried and processed food as possible. Let's look at these in more detail. Unsaturated fats are healthy fats because they help to reduce bad cholesterol and keep the heart and arteries free from harmful deposits, reducing the risk of heart disease. Foods with unsaturated fat include corn, cottonseed, canola, olive, peanuts, safflower, and soybean oil. Avocados and olives. Nuts like almonds, cashews, peanuts, pecans, and walnuts. And sesame, pumpkin, and sunflower seeds. Another type of unsaturated fat is omega-3 fatty acid, which is found in fish such as salmon, mackerel, cod, sardine, anchovies, and bass. These fatty acids have been shown to reduce the risk of heart disease. Omega-3 fatty acids are also found in walnuts, flaxseed, and canola oil. The American Heart Association recommends that you eat about 100 grams of fatty fish at least twice a week. However, when you eat fish, take note of how it was prepared since preparation affects caloric content. For this reason, limit how much fried fish you eat because frying adds a lot of calories and can turn a healthy dish into an unhealthy one. Although unsaturated fats such as nuts and vegetable oils are beneficial, they are still high in calorie density. 1 tablespoon of olive oil has 140 calories, so consume these oils in moderate amounts. Saturated fats are unhealthy fats that increase your bad cholesterol level, so minimize the amount you consume. They are found in products such as fatty meats and meat drippings, high-fat dairy products like whole milk and ice cream, butter, ghee, and lard, and palm oil, blended oils, coconut oil, coconut flesh, and whole milk. Some of the concentrated sources of saturated fat in local foods include fatty meat and skin in marbled meats, chicken, duck, and quail. Lard, ghee, and vegetable shortening in fried dishes like char kway teow and roti prata. Coconut milk and cream in curry, bobo cha cha, and kaya. Durian, and products made with whole milk and butter. Try to stay away from foods containing trans fats and partially hydrogenated oils, which are a type of trans fat that many doctors consider the worst type of fat you can consume. Hydrogenated oils are usually added to processed food products like baked or deep-fried foods to improve shelf life or texture. Some of us may try to minimize fat intake by turning to low-fat or fat-free products, but you must be careful with these. Some of them may contain a lot of sugar, which means that they are high in calorie density. They can be detrimental to your health if consumed in large amounts, so be sure to check the label to see how much sugar they have. Now, let's look at carbohydrates, which are an important source of energy. Carbohydrates are found in most types of foods, so they have a variety of nutritional values. Because of this, excess consumption of carbohydrates can lead to weight gain. Therefore, to lose weight and keep it off, you must think about the types and amounts of carbohydrates you consume. One way is to imagine them in a spectrum that includes fiber, starch, and sugar. Fiber is found in fruits, vegetables, lentils, legumes, and whole grain foods such as brown rice, noodles, and bread. Starch is found in potatoes, cereals and grains, certain vegetables and legumes, and refined foods like white rice, noodles, and bread. And sugar is found in sweets, jams, and sweetened foods and drinks. Carbohydrates are absorbed into your bloodstream at different rates. Sugar is absorbed rapidly, which means that you will soon feel hungry. Fiber is slower to be absorbed, which means you feel full for longer. Starch and fiber also provide vitamins and minerals. whereas sugar provides empty calories with few or no other nutrients. Consuming the right carbohydrates is part of a healthy lifestyle. In fact, research has shown that people who maintain a healthy eating pattern, such as having 2 servings of whole grains per day, have a 21% lower incidence rate of diabetes. A general rule of thumb for healthy eating is to prioritize fiber by choosing fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and whole grains, and to minimize the amount of sugar you consume. When buying goods, check that whole wheat or another whole grain is listed first in the ingredients list. This means that it is the main ingredient. Another way is to compare the content. For every 10 grams of carbohydrates, there should be at least 1 gram of fiber present. Products with this 10-to-1 ratio of carbohydrates to fibers are likely to be healthier with lower sugar and sodium content. Incorporate fiber and fresh fruits and vegetables into your life by eating them throughout the day. For instance, have whole grain cereal or a slice of whole grain bread for breakfast, and fruits or vegetables as snacks. In between meals, if you feel hungry, choose to eat small portions of fruits, dry roasted nuts, or corn instead of potato chips, sweets, biscuits, or butter cookies. If you have trouble eating whole grains, try transitioning from what you're used to. For example, instead of having 2 slices of whole grain bread, have 1 of whole grain bread and 1 of white bread. Your goal is to transition to 2 slices of whole grain bread over a few days. If you are having rice for lunch or dinner, try to mix brown rice with white rice instead of only having white rice. When eating spaghetti or pasta, try whole grain spaghetti or pasta. Or try to eat beans, which are digested slowly by your body, giving you a more gradual release of energy. Beans and other legumes such as chickpeas also provide a healthy dose of protein. As with low-fat items, you need to be careful when consuming whole grain products because if they are processed, sugar may be added to the final product. For example, some popcorn, granola bars, and cereals have whole grains, but are also high in sugar content. Next, let's look at sugar, which is a carbohydrate that can be a source of hidden calories. Sugar is commonly added to foods and drinks to improve the taste. It is added to fizzy drinks, fruit drinks, and baked goods, such as cookies and cakes. Adding sugar adds a lot of calories to all these items, but it doesn't add any nutrients. For this reason, the calories added from sugar are called empty calories. For people who want to lose and control weight, it is best to minimize consumption of empty calories. Look for sugar in the ingredients list. If it is in the top 3 items in the ingredients list, it means that sugar is a main ingredient. So if you consume more than the recommended portion, you are consuming more sugar than you intended. If you feel like consuming something sweet, it is best to consume it in items that have nutritional value, such as fresh fruit. In fact, eating a piece of fresh fruit is better than drinking it as juice. For example, an orange has twice the amount of fiber and half as much sugar as 1/3 a liter of orange juice. Although juices are often thought of as healthy because of the vitamins and antioxidants in them, juices may be surprisingly high in sugar and calories. Read the nutrition label to find out how much sugar and how many calories juices contain. The amounts may surprise you. If you drink a lot of juice, consider transitioning to water or tea without sugar. Plain water is a great drink because it is refreshing and contains 0 calories. Sometimes sugar is also added to fat-free and low-fat foods and drinks to make up for the loss in taste due to the reduction or elimination of fat. These items then become high in caloric density due to the extra sugar. Therefore, make sure that you read the ingredients list, especially when the goods state that they are low-fat or fat-free. You should also be careful with foods and drinks that are offered in low-sugar versions. When we see low sugar, we become less vigilant. which may result in us consuming more portions and therefore more calories than we normally would. Be alert and control your portion sizes. For those of you who drink alcohol, do so in moderation. This means no more than 1 drink per day for women and no more than 2 drinks per day for men. Not only are alcoholic drinks high in calories, but they are empty calories because they don't provide any nutrients that your body needs. For example, 1 can of beer has about 150 calories. 1 glass of dry wine has 115 calories. 1 shot of liquor has 105 calories. None of these are calories that your body needs. Mixes with soft drinks add more calories because of the sugar in soft drinks, so be aware of how much you drink so that you aren't consuming too many calories. Now let's look at some ways you can cut down on calories. Next time you are about to eat, you can lose weight by remembering and doing the following. Eat fewer foods that are high in calorie density. Eat them less often and in smaller amounts. Instead, choose foods that are low in calorie density and high in nutrient density. For example, instead of eating chocolate ice cream or fried bihun every day, have it once a week. That's about 1,500 fewer calories each week. You can easily find healthier, low-calorie alternatives to many items that you like, so don't be afraid to try fresh, low-calorie or whole-grain versions of foods that you like. Or ask friends and family about low-calorie products that they like. For example, apples, sweet potato, and corn are all much healthier in their natural forms than after they have been processed. If there are foods that you do not crave, don't eat them. For example, if you do not like animal skin or animal fat, remove it before eating the food. You don't crave it, so you won't miss it. You are making a healthy choice. In soups and noodle dishes, if you don't particularly like the broth or gravy, don't consume it, because dishes can have hidden fats. Try to always choose clear soups over curry dishes because curry dishes have higher fat content. If you crave curry dishes, cook it with low-fat milk instead of coconut milk because coconut milk contains saturated fat. Aside from minimizing the amount of fat, sugar, and bad carbohydrates you consume, remember that consuming too many calories from any type of food and drink can cause weight gain, so be mindful of portion sizes. For example, a low-fat strawberry drink has little or no fat, but it does have about 100 calories per 30 milliliters. A 30 milliliter snack is a good choice, but 90 milliliters equaling 300 calories is not. We have covered a lot of content this session, but if you just keep the following tips in mind, you will be consuming calories in a healthier way than you were before. 1. Before eating high-calorie foods, consume foods that are low-calorie but filling. 2. Minimize how much deep-fried food, fast food, and gravy you consume. They are high in calories. 3. Prepare meals at home so that you can control the type of food and how it is cooked. 4. Eat food that is baked, braised, broiled, grilled, poached, roasted, sautéed, steamed, or stir-fried. 5. Minimize the amount of snacks you eat that are high in calories but low in nutrients. 6. Minimize consuming drinks which have a lot of sugar. 7. Choose low-fat or non-fat dairy items rather than whole milk, which is high in fat. 8. Eat lean meat and cut off visible fat. 9. Reduce portion sizes. 10. Eat slowly and mindfully. This gives your body time to signal when it feels full, which may reduce overeating. By being aware and following these tips, you should notice a reduction in your weight. There are no forbidden foods in this program. You can occasionally eat any food in small amounts as long as you are staying within your calorie goals. This means that you can treat yourself to things like ice cream on rare, specific occasions. This is called a planned temptation. Changing the way you eat is a gradual process and it will take time, but you can be a smart calorie consumer right away. This skill power will complement the willpower you are using to start and maintain this lifestyle change. This brings us to the end of this session. For the next session, be aware of what you are eating and drinking and how they were prepared. Keep track of your weight. Make a plan on how you can eat less fat and fewer calories throughout the day and follow it. Next session, we are going to return to the topic of consuming calories healthily. Good luck with your tasks. Remember that they are within your control, so reassure yourself that you can complete them and be successful in this program.